Hey everybody, Stippling Vaughn, and as you can see, we've got some work done on Titan, Mouse of Mighty. You see we got some work done here on the neck, pushing that back. We've got some more done on the black here, so it's really making the face of the bad guy pop. Also got some work done around the eye with the hair. So, and as you can see, like I said to you yesterday, I just covered the whole area of the mouse and the bad guy with a sheen of dots, so that way they're already pushed back. That way your focus will automatically be drawn to the iron mouse and to the bat mouse. I'm assuming it's an iron mouse. I could be wrong. And of course, we're at our local bar. So I will be working on this today. Next week, though, starting next week, I'll be working on a commission. I'm going to be doing a naval ship in the stipple format. Is the USS Belknap, one of the regulars here. He's been asking me off and on for the last maybe 3-4 years to do his ship. He's having a reunion in October with his shipmates, and he now wants it done. So he gave me some photographs that he has. He also gave me some images of the Belknap, so I can Google it. So he gave an off and on over the years. I've heard some stories of the Belknap. He was very proud of serving on that ship. If you Google it and look it up on Wikipedia, you'll see that it is a U.S. warship that was actually struck by, and like the whole command tower and all that stuff was taken out by a U.S. Aircraft carrier. If you look at the images, it's like, holy crow! It's like all the tower, the command tower, all the vanes. When I say vanes, I mean like radio vanes and all that stuff. All that stuff were completely taken out. It's amazing that the ship is still in service, but it is still in service. As far as I know, it's still in service. I could very well be wrong. He showed me some pictures of it in dry dock after it had been fixed. So I am looking forward to doing that one. So you will all be part of that journey, watching me work on it. It should be a lot of fun. I'll be working on that, drawing that. I would like to have that drawn this week, so that way next Saturday, I can start it up and start stippling it. Have a deadline of the 10th of October I have to have it done by. So no ands, ifs, or buts. That will be done by then. So there was no chat last night. Vanessa, it was her birthday, so she took the night off. It was funny. She said she was taking the night off. She wasn't sure what she was be doing, but sure enough, Shane was streaming and she was commenting on the stream. So she was, even if she wasn't at home, she was paying attention to the chat. Shane and Yanzi were streaming out last night. Yes, Shane and Yanzi. It was really nice. It was Shane streaming. He had a Mandy on, and then Yanzi popped on, and they were going over the contest winners and runners up for his contest he had for his campaign, Inglorious Rex. I had submitted a piece. I submitted a horrible piece. I will be very frank and honest. I never should have entered it, but I did. You gotta submit it, even if you put the time in to do it, even if it's a horrible job, you still got to. if anything, you have to, so that way you can get feedback from other people if they want to give you feedback. And it was very right. Anybody who gave me negative feedback was very valid too. I didn't care for it. But it was like the second time within a fundraising campaign that I had the opportunity to take part in submitting a piece. I've done much better with submitting pieces. One thing that I had trouble with doing that piece and submitting it was Shane had not provided a whole lot of information about his book, Inglorious Rex. We really didn't know much about the overall story other than its MMA monsters. But over time, he's provided more information. He has provided more images. So if he does a new contest for Inglorious Rex 2, I suspect that a lot more people will be able to submit much better pieces. One of the reasons why I feel I did so well when I did the Tear in the Trenches campaign was Von Klaus had made available a lot of pages of the book. And because he'd done that, you had a much greater feel for the Black Terror, Lady Satan, the bad guys. You had much more greater feel of the book, which gave you a lot more material to go with to create a much better piece. When Shane was judging those pieces last night, he even admitted that he had not provided a whole lot of information, so a lot of people were not providing the right scale. And he was right. He hadn't provided all the scale for what these guys, what the really height difference was between the main character and his Rex. So I think that even he admits that moving forward when he does a contest to make certain supply more information. I kind of hope he doesn't do a contest for Starlight Cats, because it means you're going to have to draw the cats. I'm not a huge fan of the cats, so we'll find out. But if he does, and if I'm not too busy with something else like commissions or whatnot, yeah, you better believe I'm going to take a part in it. So just hitting the area with blacks. Sometimes it helps when I'm doing this. Hit the area where you know you're going to have a dark black, and that way you get rid of a lot of the extra, and then you can just flip the nib over and go in. That way you can see how I'm getting the look and feel of the hairs. So, and it was, like I said, it was great having both Yanzi and Shane on last night. Right off the bat, Yanzi pops in, and Shane and Yanzi have not live streamed in such a long time, but they didn't skip a beat. As soon as she got on, if he had super chats he hadn't read, she was telling him to, honey, you got super chats you gotta read. Or if a super chat popped up, she was right away interrupting Shane by reading the super chat. And lots of times he would then comment immediately after what was the super chat stated. And there was just obviously the two of them are married, so there's a great chemistry between them. But for them not to have live streamed together for such a long time, for the two of them just to go straight in as if they've been live streaming this whole time since the baby was born, was real. It shows how the two of them are really in sync with each other, not just when they're streaming, but also in real life. They just got right into a groove as if they hadn't missed a day streaming. We saw as a really nice treat. So, other than that, really, I don't have much to report on. So, I'm just going to finish putting some hairs in here. And as you can see, the best way to do is heavy dots. Then as you go up, you put less pressure on the nib, and it helps you give that light to dark feel. Also adds a nice texture to this. So that way the mouse is going to be pretty much covered this all but the whole way area like this. You just go in and just go lighter and lighter and lighter. So that way you get the feeling of the waves and like the parts of the hair, how it all grows in rows. So yeah, so you can see how he's coming along. Now, what helps with doing hair like this is having done a lot of dogs, so you get a sense of getting it covered with this, and you get the feeling of how it goes in waves, and it helps you also with an idea of light and dark. So, hope you're enjoying this. Please make sure to hit the like button. Feel free to comment. Like I said, this is for the fan contest for the campaign Titan the Mighty Mouse. It's live on Indiegogo. So I encourage you all, and in the description there will be a link to the campaign. So it always helps to look in the description so you get that information along with other pieces of information. So, but always remember that life can be stressful, and that's why you take it all one dot at a time.